Hi everybody, and welcome to our lifestyle event tonight. I'm Tanya, and I've been part of this beautiful community now for about 3 years. And to say that this has changed my life is a bit of an understatement. At the time, I was really looking for something to support me health-wise because I was pretty sick. I had been diagnosed with all sorts of awful things. So I had chronic pain, I had severe fatigue, and I was sick all the time. So I had a lot of viruses and awful things going on for me, including things like cold sores and thrush, and that was a constant battle for me. I had things like hair loss and skin rashes all the time. My sleep was really bad and my mood was really low because of it. So it's not been it wasn't the easiest time for me when I first discovered this. So it was like finding treasure when I fell upon this beautiful program, and then the business behind it just made absolute sense to me, because at the time I was in a time in my life where I wanted to create more time freedom. I wanted to be able to do more things with my husband and to be able to spend more time with my children. I'm really sorry about the noise in the background. My son is making a smoothie. So essentially what you're going to hear tonight is you're going to hear that, we have two different ways that we support people. And one of those ways is we support people through their health, through offering them a program that is mind, body and soul aligned, and to really support them through giving them a more sustainable lifestyle, giving them tools and resources to create one. The other way that we support people is we help them create financial independence. And that's because we have an incredible business behind our program. And so we have a lot of customers, we have a huge customer base, but we also have a lot of team who have created some really wonderful time freedom in their lives. And some work full time, and some actually work this full time, but on part-time hours. So we've got a range of different people. So you're going to hear beautiful stories tonight from our customers and our team around that and how it's supported their health and their lifestyle. So I'm going to explain a little bit about our program and what it's all about. So essentially we have a beautiful mind, body and soul program, because we believe that it's really important to align our mind, our body and our soul wellness. When we have one area that's not so aligned or not so well, there's usually another area that's not so good as well, because when you've got one that's not working properly, that's not functioning properly, it kind of creates a little bit like, I don't know if you know much about Chinese medicine, and how when everything is flowing really well, then your body functions really, really well. So that's pretty much how we believe that the mind, body and soul work together beautifully. So what happens is we have everything is based online. So we have I'm sorry, I'm getting a bit distracted with the noise behind me. Hopefully you're not. Everything is based online. We have a Facebook group, but we also have a beautiful website, and this offers our customers access to lifetime access. They get lifetime access to the Facebook group, and as an active customer they get access to the website, and this gives them on all sorts of online tools, meditations, mindfulness. They get recipes and lots of different ways of exercising. There's also lots of webinars from professionals in their professional field, which is really great. It's something that we really love having, and all of this is free. Our program is free, which is exciting. And that's free alongside our beautiful nutritional support. Now, when we think about our nutritional support, we believe we should be eating well, living well, and supplementing well, right? So we believe that it's really important to be eating really well, to be eating a high diet of plants. And that's because we believe in looking after all our, some really important systems in our bodies. That's our nervous system, our immune system and our digestive system. If we have these working really beautifully, then everything is you're going to feel healthier, you're going to feel vitality, really good vitality. So our nutritional support we partner with is Juice Plus, and we're going to be, we use these simply because they work beautifully alongside supporting these systems in our body. When we think about our nervous system, for example, when our nervous system is in stress, in high stress, and this is for most of us, that, you know, most of us now, stress is so huge in our life that we are often sitting in a really high fight or flight mode on a continuous basis. And so when we're sitting in that space, our nervous system is on high alert all the time. And so we tend to react to things rather than respond to things. And of course, the last thing our body's going to be doing is eating food. You know, it's that old thing, if you're getting chased by a saber-toothed tiger, the last thing you're going to do is stop at McDonald's on the way and have something to eat. You're going to run, right? And so that's pretty much what why it's important for us to be giving our body really healthy fats. About 10% healthy fats is what we need. We teach you what to put on your plate, but we also support you with our beautiful plant-based omegas. And these are all plant-based because they're more sustainable, and we're not taking any fish from the sea. They also, fish don't naturally contain omega-3. They have to eat the algae to get the fish, to get the omega-3. And of course, we've added a blend. So it's 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. So not just 3, to make sure that our body's getting the right nutrients that it needs, the right amount of omegas and the perfect amount, sorry. And of course, plant-based means that we are, you know, we don't have any high levels of mercury that we get in fish. It also means that we're not touching the fish in our sea, which is so much better, and they taste so much better too. Now, when we think about once our nervous systems have been, you know, we've got the fats, the beautiful healthy fats for our nervous system, then our mood is a lot better. We are responding to things rather than reacting. Our neural pathways are going to be flowing a lot better, which is great. And then our body can actually start digesting food. And so what we have for our digestion, something that is really important for our digestion, and most people will know, is we need really good proteins, really good probiotics and probiotics. So we need that really good gut bacteria to make sure that our digestive system is functioning properly. These are high in pre and probiotics. They're high in superfoods, and they're high in plant extracts. They also have added B vitamins, all from natural sources, of course, that gives us a really good mood balance and mood restorer. Now, these are all plants. Everything that we have is plants. There's nothing nasty added. It's all just beautiful things that you wouldn't normally think about eating, like yucca powder and spirulina and all that kind of thing. And these are absolutely delicious. For someone who doesn't really like drinking their food, I love these. I'm actually quite addicted. Great for travelers, great for after-school snacks for kids. These are amazing. Hot chocolate, which is much healthier. Really good for meal skippers, people who don't like breakfast and things like that. They're really great, really convenient, and in a lot of our recipes in our program. Now, when we've got our digestive system working really beautifully, we want to be supporting our immune system because we've got the good gut bacteria, and we really want to be supporting our immune system through feeding it, right? So giving it really good food. And that's where our beautiful micronutrients come in from our fruits, veggies, and our berries. Now, these are 33 fruits, veggies, and berries that have been pulverized down, skin, seeds, stalks, everything. And then they have been dehydrated at a really low temperature, and they have been placed in a, they've been placed in a vegan capsule. And this is to prevent oxidation, which is something I absolutely love about our products. Now, the beautiful thing about these is they're food. Your body knows exactly what to do with it. It knows where it needs it the most, and it goes within your bloodstream within 7 minutes, through your cells into every area in your body that needs it the most. So not only are these supporting your body to function really, really well, they're also supporting it to detox properly, to, you know, give you the energy you need to get through your day, and supporting your body to heal it, which is just beautiful. And who doesn't believe that plants are nature's medicine? Absolutely. And so, and the beautiful thing is too, that not only do we have these stories, but we also have the research to back it. So we've got, 40 studies. The company's been around for 50 years. They're the most researched product in the world. So I do love that about it, but I'm a bit of a story girl. So on that note, I actually want to pass you on over to Tammy, because I really want to be sharing some stories tonight so that you can hear how these have really worked for us. So I'm going to pass you on over to the beautiful Tammy, and she's going to share a little bit around how this has helped her and her daughter.
Awesome. Thanks, Tanya. That was a great intro to the products and our program. So I'm Tammy, and I have been involved with all of these lovely people and taking these wonderful products and getting into this awesome program for around about 18 months now, nearly coming up to a couple of years. And I originally got started because my sister was really interested in them, and she just had a lot of allergies and health issues going on, and I watched her get into them. I sort of started at the same time, but one of the first things I noticed was just how quickly she overcame some really, really massive allergies. And that was one really awesome thing that I saw, and she was just eating much better, eating more, but more than anything, just getting really good nutrition, really good nutrients through the nutrition range. And then I also wanted to see some really good results in my own family, and I have a very, very had a really sick daughter at the time, and we were struggling with chronic fatigue and gut issues, and just real low energy, and just not getting enough nutrition in there as well. And so I was sort of feeling really good off them, but I was just really concerned for her and wondering how they were going to affect her. She was kind of like my little guinea pig. And I actually asked her after about, I don't know, she'd been on about 3 or 4 months. And from the outside, I wasn't really sure what was going on. So had a little inquiry, and she just said, "Mum, I'm actually feeling so much better. I'm feeling really, really good. And my energy's picking up." And I noticed that a bit more, as a couple more months passed. I found her in the kitchen cooking meals out of the program and going through the recipe books and things, and just really, really enjoying a lot of the motivational stuff, and especially the self-positivity and things. She was enjoying it as a young lady. She was about 20 when she started. And just seeing her sort of go from, sleeping like 20 hours a day. I thought she had the sleeping beauty disease. And then, she missed a lot of her childhood, her teenage years, school wasn't good. And so finally, as a mum, I was really hurting for her. And so, as a mum, I'm just super, super happy to see her up and about and feeling okay. And today, 18 months later, she's out getting jobs. She's out visiting her friends. She's just, she's joined our business. She's just one of my number one fans, and I'm hers, and we're lifers. So we really love this, and my story another time, but I'm going to pass you over to Sarah Hope. Thanks.
Thanks, Tammy. Hi, guys. I'm Sarah. Oh, gosh, I love hearing about your stories. Anyway, my story, I have been in the program and on the wonderful products for 18 months now. I was introduced to it by my sister, who was also on the program, because 18 months ago, I suffered from severe menopause. I was hot flushes, mood swings, insomnia, hair loss, brain fog, chronic stomach issues, typical menopausal issues for a 48-year-old mother. And honestly, I could not take HRT because we have family history of cancer in our family. My mum died of breast cancer, so I could not take any kind of HRT or medication for my menopause symptoms. So my wonderful sister put me in touch with Tanya, and we tried this instead. And honestly, it's been fantastic. Now with the mind, body and soul balance of the program, my moods have changed. My menopause, obviously I've gone through menopause, I don't know, but I'm not feeling the symptoms of menopause. My eating habits are far better. Anyone that follows me on Facebook will see what different things I'm eating now. Exercising more. I used to not do very much exercise at all, but now every morning before breakfast I do aerobics in my kitchen. and literally living a totally different life. On a different note, as Tammy mentioned about her daughter, my daughter was also getting the free products through being sponsored by myself and my brother-in-law, who's also on the products. And she's a different child. When she was born, she was about the age of 2, she developed bronchiolitis and she had severe asthma. And every winter, without fail, she would be having 2 weeks off with colds, flus, anything. We were up the hospital just about every winter, and they pretty much knew her by her first name. Now she's been in the program and on the products for the same time that I have, and this is our second winter without any issues, our second winter without any asthma, any sick allergies, and she has not had any time off school except for mental health days when she just wants to spend a day at home with mum. So other than that, I am a very happy mum. My menopause is gone. My daughter is so much happier and healthier, and it's a no-brainer from me. So on my short message, I'd like to pass you over to Maxine, and she's going to tell you all the juicy details about our business side.
Oh, hi everyone. Thank you, Sarah. Yeah, I mean, I was had a great health success story on the products also. I'm a lifelong asthmatic, and I've basically managed to heal my asthma and many other benefits as well. So when I was introduced to the business, I was quite skeptical. I'm naturally skeptical. I wasn't very Facebooky at the time, and yeah, I guess I had just a lot of questions about it, and really I decided to compare this business model with the business model that I had worked in for most of my life. My background is a registered nurse, so you know, I was always working in quite a big top-down kind of structure in a hospital environment. So when I thought about it, when I looked at the traditional business or sort of corporate structure, what I really realized was it was quite an unfair business structure, and it was quite difficult to get ahead. I felt that when I was working as a nurse, it was quite competitive. I mean, most of us were sort of down the bottom really on a very fixed salary. In order to move up the ranks, we really had to go out and do quite a lot of extra study at our own cost, and then we would have to compete with our other colleagues to get into those higher positions. And then as we go up and up the structure, obviously the higher you go, the more you sort of tend to lose that work-life balance. You start to become more married to the job. And so there's no real freedom or flexibility. The other thing that I noticed was that it wasn't necessarily secure. Quite often if there was restructuring or removal of funding, you may even have worked your way to the top, you may end up being made redundant. And that's actually happened to quite a few friends of mine in later life. So the whole system was quite sort of insecure as well. I felt like also in the traditional business model, it's actually quite hard for people to even get in on the ground floor. There's a lot of people that are excluded from even participating in a lot of these work environments, which I think is, you know, that kind of quite upsets me, because I think there's a lot of people in society that have different needs that would like to contribute, and they find it very difficult in a traditional work model. So then I compared it to this business model, and I was very convinced. So when I looked at this business model, I loved the fact that it was very inclusive. Anybody can come in on the ground floor. Everybody's equal. Everybody's equal as soon as you come in. I mean, it doesn't matter what your background or your training or your education or your age or your ability is, you're all, it's a level playing field when you come in, and then in order to rise up, it's actually based on your productivity, because that was another thing when I was nursing. I would quite often have to do long hours and shift work and overtime, which I didn't necessarily think get paid for. I mean, any nurses on here will know exactly what I'm talking about. You don't get paid if you end up staying late. That just doesn't happen. So I love the fact that in this business model, you're really paid on your effort, and if you work harder, you will actually be rewarded for that. I also really loved the collaborative aspect of it. I think, traditional business work structure, as I said, it's very competitive. This business model, it's very collaborative. It's very much about linking arms and helping each other out and raising each other up. The whole business model is set up for the leaders to be very invested in raising the people up below them, and that is how it works. So I really loved that. Also, I was when I jumped on this business, I was coming into an empty nesting phase, and I really, I didn't want to, I wanted freedom. I wanted to be there when my grandchildren came. I wanted to start traveling more with my husband, having more freedom and flexibility. And, the idea of spending those remaining years of my life trapped in a job that was unfulfilling and not really getting me anywhere financially or in terms of my personal purpose, that just didn't appeal to me. So really, when I looked at this, it just ticked all the boxes. I could actually, start to dream again, achieve those goals, create that income that I really wanted to create, and also just be able to do it around my life and the things that I wanted to do. So yeah, that's my story. I am going to pass on to Gemma, and she's going to tell you her reason for being in the business.
Hi, thanks Maxine. Hi, I'm Gemma. I'm 20 years old, and I currently have a full-time job in the Navy up in Auckland. So I first came across this business through actually the lovely Maxine. So we talked about a lot of things about the business, and what got me interested was the flexible hours and being able to make a little bit of extra money on the side so I could spend it on things that I wanted, because at the moment rent's not cheap up in Auckland, so lots of my money goes towards that and everything, a car, all that sort of thing. So my main goal was to just be able to save some money and go get my hair done, go buy some more active wear, that sort of thing. And it's been such a blessing that I've come across this business, and I've just been able to do all those little things that I wasn't able to do when I first moved up here. So yeah, it's been absolutely amazing. It's also given me the opportunity to meet all these lovely people that you see before you, and listening to all these amazing stories that you hear about the products and the business and the programs. And also being able to work online has been very flexible for me, because in the Defence Force, my hours are quite random. It's kind of hard to explain. So there's no set time during the day that I get to work. It could be 24 hours, it could be 12, it could be 5. So this has been really good on the side to just spend a few hours a day, an hour a day, that's it, just working on my business and talking to people. Meeting people and listening to their stories, and it's just been such a great experience so far. So I'm looking forward to seeing what's ahead. Yeah, pass you on to Pete.
Hi everybody, so I'm Pete, and you met my lovely wife at the start of this event, and the reason we got involved in this was so that we could live a better life, basically. As you can see, you probably hard to see me at the moment, so I'm actually still driving. I left home at 6 o'clock this morning, and I am about 2 minutes away from home now, 13 and a half hours later. So the whole reason we got involved in this was because the business model that I'm working in is like Maxine said, it's pretty broken there. You're working for someone else's dream. We wanted to work for our own dreams. We wanted retirement early. We want to spend more time with our kids. We want to go places when we can now, that is, but it'll happen again one day. And this business will allow us to do that because it's got all the flexibility and it's all online, which these days it's a no-brainer. A lot of businesses are going online, and what better thing to be involved in? Health and well-being. Everybody needs it. Everybody wants it these days as well. There was just no, we did the pros and cons on this, and there was just no cons really, none at all. I mean, everybody in the business is just beautiful. Like Maxine said, everybody is there to help you. Everybody wants to succeed. It's not like a normal job where bosses want you to go out and make them some more money. It just didn't compare. Anyway, that's all from me, because I'm just about to pull into the driveway, and I'll pass over to the lovely Kieran.
Hey Pete, thanks for that. Love your multi-talented working there, dude. 13 hours later. Hi guys, I'm Kieran, and I am here just to say I jumped onto this business not as quickly as everybody else did. I was a big old skeptic to start with. I come from a family where, you know, that true 9 to 5, 40 hours a week, 40 years of your life for 40% do you pay. What I've seen, yeah, and that's how most of my life has been. I've been involved now for 18 months. I too, like Gemma, came from a very unscheduled randomness type environment. I was also stuck in really remote locations, in compounds and things like that. When you launch rockets, you've got to be far away from people. So isolation was huge, and yeah, I am thankful this business has given me the opportunity and community to be surrounded by people who are really, really supportive and lifting you up even when you have a bad day. I have never ever come across such a community in my lifetime. We are obviously global, which means that the travel is enough. If we like to travel, we have people all over the planet, if and when we can get back into that. It also has allowed me the freedom to dream, to really get down to the nitty-gritty for myself. I think a lot of times we are doing things that society says we have to do. We have our family's impressions and things that we get, and there's a whole lot of layers that we get brought under. This business allows you to be you. It allows you to do the things that you want to do. The work, sure, you got to put work in, that's what we do, but it's supportive. It's encouraging you. You have coaching, you have mentoring, you have everything available at your fingertips to be able to succeed. And that is huge, because we don't often get that in life, whether it's a workplace environment or our family environment. For me, this is 18 months ago, you wouldn't have seen me in front of a camera telling you my story. So I'm here now. That's proof and point that I think the biggest takeaway at this point is my personal development. Who knew when you're going into business that you were going to expand so much and evolve and become more you, which is absolutely phenomenal. I didn't think it was going to happen, but it has, and I'm looking forward to the journey. I am a lifetimer. We are all on our own journey. We are on our own paths with the business and where we go. We are busy connecting with people, which is huge. I think I know this business is helping people on a daily basis to be who they want to be, to not just survive in life, to thrive, which is absolutely mammoth. And I'm looking forward to my journey. So that's my little snippet of my little movie of life. I just want to take a moment to say thank you so much for coming along. Thank you so much for viewing the video. If you're going to see this at a different date, If you are curious about the products, about the program, if you want to know more about the business side and how you can actually get down and change your life and do what you need to do, please, please, please reach out to the person that sent this to you. We are more than willing to answer any questions, satisfy your curiosity. And what I really do hope is that you actually take the opportunity, or as I like to say, the gift that's handed to you, and just take that leap of faith and roll with it. So look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you so much for joining us. That's a wrap for us tonight.